What's going on? So today I'm gonna be doing the replica versus retail comparison for the Air Jordan 4 Military Blues, the 2024 OG Retro. Now, if you cannot tell, the retail pair is on the right. Retail pair is on the right. So I'm gonna be getting into the boxes for a little bit. Like I said, I usually don't get into the boxes, but they're actually a little different this time, so I just want to touch on that really briefly. As you can see, the box is a little bit bigger on retail. It's also kind of smoother. I know that's silly, but it really is. It feels a bit higher quality. They're focusing on the box and not the sneakers. And the size is small, but on the wrap it's kind of big. So that's a little comparison you guys can see. Again, this can update in like fucking 2 weeks, so don't even completely take that seriously. Supposedly these are the best ones on the market, so I try to do the best that I can for you guys in terms of that aspect. Now I'm gonna get into some of the things that I noticed. Now right off the bat, this is really close. At least that's what you think, and then you kind of start looking more into it. Let's get rid of these really quickly and let's break it down a little bit more. So over here you can see that this little area is a bit darker, a bit more yellow compared to the retail pair. You can see this one, I don't want to say has almost a blue hue to it, but I feel like you know what I mean. Like this one's a bit more white. This more resembles the 2012 or 2013 retro. Also, this eyelet over here is almost gray, to be honest with you. You can see that the retail pair, it is white. Also, the lining has like a little yellow orange kind of color, like I said, compared to the retail where it's that crispy white. Something that I did notice though was over here, Nike tends to have like holes in their paint. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you see there's some holes in the paint. Paint's a little sloppy. You can see probably better right there. That's how you know it's Nike, because if you go over here on the replica pair, you don't see that at all. It's extremely smooth, no holes whatsoever. So the material is also pretty good. It's got some movement. I don't know if you guys can see that, but definitely shape is a big one. One thing that I've come to notice is that also the tongues look fine. And I also noticed over here on the back, if you could tell, on the retail pair, it kind of has, it's almost like it has glitter. I don't know if you guys can see that, but compared to, I feel like there has to be more sun. But also the colors are a little bit off. This back tab is kind of darker. I'll try to pick them up to see if you guys can see that. It is a little bit darker, barely off, to be honest. And I think this blue is pretty spot on. So yeah, this one's pretty nitpicky, but I think this little area is definitely the biggest indicator so far, as well as the eye stay and that back stitching. I was taking a peek at that, and right now I'm trying to see this comparison. You can also kind of peek this stitching. It's always bigger on the rep. Look at that. You can always see that it's way bigger on the rep. It doesn't matter over here on this side as well. That's actually pretty close, but shit, that's actually pretty close. The holes over here in the retail pair are actually cut out. They kind of look a little sloppy on the rep. Seems they cheaped out on that a little bit, but who knows, with Nike's quality I wouldn't be surprised. The cage is pretty solid. Like I said, this is a really good a good rep, so be careful out there, you know. Let me bring in the other shoe really quickly. It seems like this is not tumbled, but it's a bit more textured than the Replica tongue. Really quickly, we'll dive into the other shoe. Even though it's the same, hang tag is darker. Nike cheaped out on us again. They went plastic instead of the little chain. So also this lining feels a bit more fuzzy compared to this Rep, and it's also a bit more white. This one's a little grayish. But yeah, honestly, I'm running out of comparisons. Let me know if you guys spot any. This triangle looks a little skinnier on the retail pair compared to the Rep, but like I said, at this point we're just nitpicking. It's getting really close. Even the Widow's Peaks are both on retail. Maybe this toe box is a little bit more boxy and a bit more wide. That's one thing I tend to notice about these Replica 4s, is they're a little bit wide. Cushioning, again, a bit more cushioning on the Rep, but in a weird way. So I'm not too sure. That usually is an indicator for me. There's way more cushioning on Reps than retail. They have been doing a lot less padding. Now it seems they're getting closer to retail, I'm not gonna lie. That one's pretty close. And the tongue just seems wider. You can see the retail one almost folds in the middle. Doesn't really happen with the Reps. But overall, pretty damn close comparison. Now we just have a bunch of military blues sitting around here. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if y'all think this was close. I do see the difference in the tongue, by the way. It just looks way in your face or whatever. But let me know if y'all found any comparisons, if y'all like this video. I do have another Rep versus retail coming soon, so stay tuned for that little surprise. And feel free to comment. Let me know what y'all want to see, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.